What is up, everybody? Welcome to part 2 of the 0 RB versus 0 wide receiver strategy. Today we're going to do this from the 6th position and see how it plays out. And we'll do another one at a later time for the 12th position. We'll compare all three and see where both of these strategies kind of work out best. So I'll go ahead and share my screen here, pull up Sleeper, and we will get started. We're going to start off with the 0 running back strategy. We'll see who falls to me here. So it's between Justin Jefferson and Amon-Ra St. Brown. I'm going to go with St. Brown. Not sure how it's going to play out with Jefferson there with the quarterback situation in Minnesota. Otherwise, I would take him in a heartbeat over St. Brown if Kirk Cousins was still there. Let's see who falls. Chris Olave is probably where I'm going. Not a big fan of Devontae Adams. Again, that offense in general worries me. Adams has been a constant there in the top 10 wide receivers, but this could be the year where he kind of falls out of it. Oh, and my favorite player, Deebo Samuel. I was hoping Nico Collins or Evans would fall. But they didn't. I don't mind Deebo as my third wide receiver, though, so I'm going to go ahead and take him. If I was picking him as my wide receiver 2, he should still fall within that wide receiver 2 range. Probably lower end is what I'm expecting, though. I am going to take my tight end here. I'm going to go with Dalton Kincaid. Mark Andrews and Trey McBride were on the board, but I'm a bigger Kincaid fan than those two. And then I can already tell you Anthony Richardson's coming off the board. I find myself taking those two a lot in these situations because if I don't, I end up having to pass on tight end or a quarterback until later rounds, and when that happens, I really don't like the turnout of my teams. So first running back for me is going to be obviously the highest one rated right now, Ramondre Stevenson. New England should have a pretty good defense, and Ramondre doesn't have a whole lot of competition. Antonio Gibson's there, but I'd rather have Ramondre. I think he's going to get a bulk of the workload. Next running back off the board, Zamir White's there. Should see the bulk of the work there in Oakland, but again, I am worried about that offense and how that's going to play out. They could come out and surprise everybody, but I just have a hard time believing it. I'm going to take Raheem Mostert. It's a little early for him. I may have been able to get him on the turn. Probably not, though, the way running backs are going off right now. So I'm happy with that pick. Oh, they left me Nick Chubb sitting there. Here's my concern with Chubb. I've seen the videos of him squatting 600 plus pounds, and it's hard to doubt Nick Chubb. Nick Chubb is one of those workhorses that guy will put in the work so hard until he can come back. Problem is he's getting older, and those knee injuries are going to wear on him. So that's why I have a hard time taking him here. I'm probably going to go Jaylen Warren and see how that Pittsburgh offense plays out. You never know what's going to happen with Arthur Smith there, and Najee came out and said that Pittsburgh told him they don't know which way the offense is going, which is why they didn't re-sign him. So for all we know, Jaylen Warren could be the guy this year. I don't see it being that way, but it's hard to tell. Jackson Smith-Njigba fell to me in the middle of the 9th, so I'm going to go ahead and take him. Big JSN guy this year. Video of him going around in camp with a nice one-handed catch between 2 defenders. Again, not a big hype on camp news. But you saw Jamison Williams just go off. There is camp news coming out like crazy for that guy right now, saying he looks more focused this year, saying he looks stronger, looks better on the field. We've been through this with Jamison Williams. It's hard to trust him. And you got Sam Laporta and the Sun God there and Detroit. So it's going to be hard for him to carve out a big enough role to really make a difference. See here. Should have took a running back where I took JSN. I'm probably going to take Jerome Ford here. I need to get another running back. And again, we don't know when we'll see Nick Chubb on the field. So Ford is probably going to be the guy until he comes back. So we'll see. Like, I am not a huge fan of Zach Charbonnet this year, but with the options that I have currently, I'm probably going to take Charbonnet just because I need to load up on running backs. Kenneth Walker has had some injury trouble here and there, so Charbonnet should see some work if Walker goes down. So really playing, it's what you have to do in these types of drafts with zero running back strategy is you got to play the upside in hopes that one of them pays off and you get those higher end players. The mid round makes it a little harder. So Ontavian Wicks is still there. Jalen Wright, J.K. Dobbins. Not a huge fan. I feel like I can get McLaughlin if I wait, if he comes back around. For those of you who haven't heard on Denver's running or backfield, word came out of camp that Jaleel McLaughlin and Audric Estime have locked their spots on the roster, and that Javonte Williams and Samaje Perine are playing for roster spots. It's pretty crazy to hear. I don't see Javonte missing out on this roster. Maybe they're just trying to light a fire under him, but that's the word coming out of camp. So I do like Jaleel McLaughlin. I think he kind of earned his role as that passing down back. And I like my last two picks being Wicks and McLaughlin. I just don't think I'll get both of them if I wait. So I'm going to take McLaughlin here. Hope that Wicks makes it back around to me. And then we'll figure out which flyer we're going to take with that last pick. Looks like Wicks is going to make it around to me pretty easily. So I'm going to take him. We'll see. I like Roman Wilson if he slides to me. Nope. And Jalen Polk. Both the players I was eyeing there went off the board. Let's check. Tyrone Tracy. Possible good upside there. I'm going to go with Jermaine Burton. I like the wide receiver out of Cincinnati. And then, so that's my zero running back team. St. Brown, Olave, Samuel, Kincaid, Richardson, Stevenson, Mostert, Warren, JSN, Ford, Charbonnet, McLaughlin, Wicks, and Burton. Not a huge fan of it. This mid-round, I don't think either one of these strategies will work out in the best interest of somebody taking them. But we'll go back and set up again real quick, and we'll do the zero wide receiver strategy. Go ahead and get it started. Obviously hoping for Bijan or Brees. A little bit higher on Bijan this year. Wow, CeeDee Lamb just fell to the 7th pick. I'm higher on Bijan this year. I just feel like he's got good opportunity to excel with the new coaching staff. I like this next pick. I'm going to take Travis Etienne. Just there's not really a lot of competition for him in that backfield. Tank Bigsby was garbage last year, and I don't see that changing much this year. We will go ahead and take. Kind of thinking about taking Jalen Hurts, but I'm gonna go Pacheco. Gives me a solid running back room. And then again, when it comes back around, I'm probably going to end up with Kincaid in hopes that Richardson falls to me in the 5th round again. He sometimes won't make it all the way back around. Yep, there he goes. So here's where my decision gets harder, because if I take a running back here, I got Kamara, Aaron Jones. Not a huge fan. James Conner. Wouldn't mind those for my 4th running back. I'm just going to take my quarterback. I'm reaching quite a bit, but in this strategy, I feel like I have to. I'm going to take Kyler Murray. I like to get my running quarterbacks. I just feel that it's an easy top 12 quarterback as long as they run as much as they're expected to. So now we're in the zone where we're going to start taking wide receivers. So I got to figure out who I want my wide receiver 1 to be. I'm between Keenan Allen and Terry McLaurin, and I'm going to go Keenan Allen. I'm not a huge fan of taking a quarterback like that, or a running back like wide receiver like that. Get my words straight here. With a rookie quarterback. Okay, so I have the 2 Kansas City receivers sitting here. We don't know how Rashee Rice's punishment's going to play out yet. We've seen the Alvin Kamara situation where it played out for a year before the proceedings played, and then he was suspended the following year. If Rashee Rice avoids suspension this year, he is going to be a steal in the draft. So hopefully we'll know more before actual drafts start, but I'm going to take Rashee Rice with obviously the hopes that the proceedings don't play out until next year and the suspension happens next year. See if McConkey okay, yeah. I will take Ladd McConkey here as my 3rd wide receiver. There's a lot of upside with him there in LA with an unknown wide receiver room. And JSN, yes, I will take JSN for my 4th wide receiver. I'm not going to like the running backs here. I know it. I may have screwed myself. Do I play the upside with Blake Corum? I'm going to go with Jerome Ford because we don't know how Nick Chubb's going to come back this year. We don't know how much work they're going to give him and how long it's going to take him to fully integrate back into that offense. I don't like the running backs there. I'm going to take Curtis Samuel. I feel like this 0 wide receiver strategy really played out for me so far. I really like my wide receiver room with these mid rounds. And I have a pretty solid starting 3 on the running backs. I'm going to take, let's see. No, it's wanting to freeze up on me. There it goes. We got Josh Downs. I'm going to play the ADP game and hopes it works out for me here. I'm going to take Downs. So that puts, Wicks and McLaughlin. I'm going to see if I can pull this off. I don't think I can. I don't think they're both going to fall to me. I'm going to take Dontavian Wicks and see if McLaughlin falls back around to me in the last round. It's going to be close. Oh, 2 picks before me. went off the board. I'm going to take Tyrone Tracy just for the upside because we don't know how Singletary it's going to play out in New York this year. That team's going to be garbage anyway, so he's probably a drop candidate first or second week, depending on how it works. But my 0 wide receiver team turned out to be Bijan Robinson, ETN, Pacheco, Kincaid, Murray, Keenan Allen, Rice, McConkey, JSN, Jerome Ford, Curtis Samuel, Josh Downs, Dontavian Wicks, and Tyrone Tracy. So mid round, I'm not a huge fan of these strategies. But if I had to pick the two, I'd probably go with the 0 wide receiver strategy. I feel like it played out for me a lot better. So that's what I would recommend if you're going to do it in the mid rounds. I wouldn't really recommend overall doing it in the mid rounds. It seems like it works better at the beginning and the end. But once we get to that 12th pick and try it out there, then we'll compare all the teams and see which one everybody kind of likes the best. But as of right now, I'm not a fan of this strategy. But we'll catch you guys when we do this 12th pick. You guys have a good one. See you later.